Okay, everybody, we have a very special guest. I know we're always doing GWC Businesses of the Week. It's the new year, so we figured, what, let's bring somebody on that has a lot of information, a lot of business information, banking information. Why are you looking at me like that?
Banking?
Well, isn't it banking? She did community banking.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Monica, for bringing the energy down. So who do we have, Monica Farias?
Oh my gosh, she's not new. She is definitely not new. We've done a lot of stuff with you in the past, but our good friend Valerie Rivas is here. She is the Vice President for Business Community. Did I say that right? For the business community? For business community
engagement for Los Angeles.
Yeah.
See, I was right
the
too.
Los Angeles region.
You're in the banking.
It's the best city.
Yeah, you're in the banking whole business. So if anybody you're mad that the tellers are taking too long, call Valerie Rivas. She'll take care of it. I'm just playing.
Oh my God! Okay, she has nothing to do with.
I know. She has nothing to do with tellers, guys. Just playing.
Did we just embarrass you, Valerie? We apologize
I'm
for
blushing.
that.
I'm very shy.
Oh.
Yeah, but I love the dress. Every time I see you, it's always blue, and today it's red.
Yes.
Bank of America, blue, red,
Yes,
and white.
blue, red. Those are my colors.
I know, I love
Dodger
it.
blue. I cover LA. There you go.
I love it. So, Monica, we bring Valerie on because she's very knowledgeable. Every time you come, Valerie, to see us, it's like we get a training on how to what we could offer to the local businesses. And I even asked you what exactly do you do in layman's terms? What is it you do?
Yeah, because the majority of time, you're inviting us to to an event, and so we just see you engaging with so many people. You know a lot of really key people, a lot of stakeholders that do a lot of great things in the community. So why don't you just kind of tell us exactly what it is that your job?
Yeah, in JR terms.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I didn't know what I did at the beginning as well. So this is actually a great question. So pretty much what I do in the community is I'm the face of Bank of America for small business community engagement in the Los Angeles County area. So what does that mean? I'm out in the community, meeting with community leaders like yourself and other organizations that are nonprofits that could also support entrepreneurship and business owners throughout the community and provide technical assistance and different resources so that we can bring it back to our clients and anybody interested in opening up a business or entrepreneurship. Now, how do I do that? Connecting with different resources throughout the community and being able to get these back over to the consumer. So the business owner, the entrepreneurs, and also providing access to capital options. So what does this mean? Let's just say you go to the bank and you are a brand new business, you don't have a track record, you have not been in business very long maybe, or maybe you don't have cash flow to be able to get a loan. I would be able to guide you as far as where to go get funding. So we do that we have partnership with CDFIs, and which are community development financial institutions that we support. And we support them because they're able to provide the loans for those customers that we're not able to provide at the bank.
I love it.
Wow. So how many events would you say a year you attend? Because I know just last year we've attended a few events with you, and I was almost feeling overwhelmed because I felt it was great to be there because I met so many people, and I was just like, oh my God, how does this girl do it? I mean, you must really like people.
Well, I am here, right?
Yeah. Wow.
She likes us. She likes us.
I was beside myself because we see you on social media. You post the majority of the stuff that you are doing, and it's all great stuff. I'm sure of that. But how do you do it? Just how do you remember people's names, because you're so good at that?
Well, it is a lot of work to be out in the community. You do meet a lot of different people. Not gonna lie, there is some times that you may not remember, but that's just being out in the community and meeting multiple people on a daily basis. But the way I do it really is just the support from my nonprofit partners, but not only that, the bank, but also more importantly, my family. I do you have met my son, so I do have a 14-year-old that does require my attention. He goes to practice for baseball, golfing, all that good stuff. But also just the support from everybody around, and then also the bank that also allows me to do what I love to do on a daily basis and get out there. So essentially it's almost like I'm volunteering but also getting paid, so it's a very rewarding job where I'm out in the community being able to provide the resources and be able to scaling up these businesses by mentoring and just providing everything that we have for them.
Yeah, we've seen you speak in front of, large groups of people as well, and we were blown away by how professional and how well you deliver your what you do and what you have to offer from the Bank of America side. I mean, we were just like, oh my gosh, she's so good. We got to sit,
at the Hispanic
yeah,
conference.
yeah.
You did very good, very good
Thank
too.
you.
And I did want the check. But you didn't want to get no. But your
Nobody
illustration.
wanted to sign the check.
I know, no. But the way you
skit.
delivered your whole pitch, I don't call it a pitch, but your presentation, it was amazing. And we gave you compliments. You're all, oh, stop it! But no, just the way you articulated everything. It was like. That's why she's in that position, because no, I'm being serious. You're really good. So one of the things I want to know is because we do follow you on Instagram and stuff, and you are posting, or other people are posting that you get invited to go speak at different places. So what are some of the things when you go speak at these? Are you addressing, or what are you saying at these places?
It all really depends on the organization and what the need is. So it could be that maybe they have constituents or their membership that maybe want to start up a business. So I will tailor the workshops that I have, or the webinars, or any type of access to capital panels, or any type of panels that can empower the entrepreneur, the business owner, to tailor it to based on the organization. So for example, earlier we were talking about things that you are doing here at GWC to be able to have the entrepreneurs and business owners in the area. And you mentioned that you want to be able to help them scale them up to be able to get marketing and also have their own website. And so I will partner up with different lines of businesses or other business owners also that can also provide support to the entrepreneur. So I'll tailor it based on what you're needing, based on what your membership or your constituents are needing.
So you just collect a lot of resources from different people, because when I first met you, I thought, oh my God, for some reason, and I could see it being a little confusing. I thought that I had to be like you were the one that was gonna go and sign my check for, and that I had to pitch, why we need the money and why, this and that, and I discovered that wasn't your role. Your role is pretty much to spread and to utilize all the different people and the different resources that you collect when you're out there from the different people that you are meeting or engaging with on 30 events a month. I think she only gets one day off.
Yeah, so at the bank, here at Bank of America, we do support over 40,000 nonprofits across the country.
Wow.
And we do that just to make sure that we provide the resources that are needed in different communities. So as you know, Los Angeles, we're here in Los Angeles, Wright County, the need might be different in the Inland Empire. So
Right.
we also have different councils. So right now I'm part of the Hispanic Latino Business Council, and where we do different initiatives based on the need in Los Angeles. Now we have another council that's for the Inland Empire and different cities and so forth. But what I'm trying to say is we go based on the need that is needed for wherever we're working. And so we have different initiatives. So I know for Hispanic Heritage Month, we went ahead and did a bunch of different webinars throughout the Los Angeles County area to make sure that we're supporting our communities.
Okay.
We've also have different events, like I know that you attended one of our signature events to be able to thank our partners for all the referrals throughout the year. So we do a lot of different initiatives to be able to help depending on the need of the county, depending on the need that we're serving.
Okay. So what is if you could kind of put it in, what's the number one need that you're actually seeing out there right now when you go help the different organizations?
I want to say access to capital options. So definitely access to capital has been a huge part, especially with inflation. So something that we do at Bank of America is we do something called the Business Owner Report. And we want to know what our small businesses are struggling, but then also our mid-sized businesses are struggling with. Why do we do that? We want to know their aspirations, what their goals are, what their economic concerns, but more than anything, just how we can serve them better. right?
Yeah.
So in our 2024 report, we found that just overall, our 71% of our clients were actually looking for access to capital options. And also something out, well, the full report you can find at bankofamerica.com, but just wanted to highlight 71% looking for access to capital options. And then there's also about 84% that right now are struggling in their business because of inflation. So as you know, that's been played a big part.
Yes.
And also that's where access to capital options come in, because you may have to pivot certain things to be able to afford them, to be able to continue on your business. So that's something that also business owners don't think about. In addition to that, we found that 87% of our clients are also looking to increase their revenue. So that gives you another option as to why it ties back to getting access to capital, right? And then also 80% are looking to expand. Goes back to access to capital. So if you think about it, maybe the need is probably a little bit more. We surveyed our clients across the country, and we're looking at 71% looking, which I think is huge. And we also do something called the Women and Minority Report, which we get the diverse perspectives based on, you know, the diverse perspectives. So it just, I want to say that's probably it.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny that you say that, because today we had a meeting with someone, you know, really important in our community, and we actually related almost the same thing that you just said. You know, when we talk to the small businesses that come here, or whether it's on the phone or in person, the number one thing that they're looking for is always working capital. They're always looking to, you know, for money to, you know, for different things, either to grow their business or just to sustain, you know. Yeah, somebody was just sharing with me, not, you know, this morning too, as a matter of fact, that she does flowers. She has a home-based business, and she does some beautiful stuff. And she was just telling me, she's like, you know, Valentine's Day is coming. And she's had a really sad face, and I felt bad, because she's like, you know, last year I spent this much. She was sharing with me. She's like, this year I have to spend this much more on roses, because they just went up outrageously, you know. And so her passion is flowers, you know. And I thought about it, and I said, so does that mean that now you have to charge more for your bouquet? She's like, well, I don't necessarily want to do that. And I was like, well, then, yeah, you have to, because, you know, if once inflation goes up, I mean, just like eggs, you know, milk, now it's almost at $10, you know, a gallon of milk. So it's like, there's nothing you can do. You can't feel sorry for people, because you're running a business at the end of the day, right? And so I could see her compassion and her compassion and passion at the same time. But somehow she has to make money, because now you're paying more for roses. You can't give them away unless you're in a position to be able to do that. And she's like, I just like to make people happy. I understand. I'm sure that restaurant owners want to make people happy too by the food that they serve and everything else and all their services. But you are a business, so I want you to look at yourself as a business, you know. But that is definitely the number one thing, is access to capital. Access to capital.
Yes, definitely. And I think also it has to do with cash flow management, right? So sometimes we start running into trouble and we don't realize it until it's already too late.
Exactly.
Especially if you are a type of business that has to wait for your money to come in. So having receivables, maybe you have government contracts, they pay you in 6 months. So that can actually catch up to you.
Right.
And if you don't catch it on time, that could also, I mean, I always ask people, anybody here in the business to make money? Yeah. Everybody raises their hand, right?
Yes.
I don't think anybody's in the business to just volunteer if you're a for-profit company, right? But I think understanding your cash flow management and how you can improve your cash flow, and then also how to pivot your business, is crucial, especially with any economic downturns or just any economic changes, right? Like inflation is right now a huge problem for a lot of our clients. Like everything is just more expensive. I mean, minimum wage goes up. Obviously, everything else is going to go up.
Yep.
And so just being able to be mindful of, these are the things that I need to be able to keep my business profitable, but also running smoothly, and being able to pivot appropriately is very crucial. We talked about being innovative earlier today, right? How there's different tools out there that you can you can actually apply to your business to be able to make it easier. Sometimes that takes money. It takes money to make money, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's what we've been doing, just by the stories that we're hearing. We're trying to facilitate some of those things for the small businesses, but at the same time they still have to pay, because we also had to pay a huge chunk to make sure that these tools are facilitated for them, and so some people don't understand that. And so you have to understand that we're also in a business, but we're in the business to help you.
Yes.
So people like you are so essential to our business and to how we are moving forward with what we're doing to try to help those small businesses. But we also did discuss, and we talked a little bit about educating the business community, right? Because we all say we need money, but are we ready to go out there and get those loans? Do you have your business plan? Do you have this, and this? And some people are not ready. They're just running a business just to run it because they know how to make the food. They know how to do it. Little do they know that when they hit, a wall, well, are you ready with this, and this, and this? So are you able to help facilitate some of those educational process?
Yes, that's actually part of my role, is being able to provide financial education. So I do provide financial education and financial literacy to business owners and entrepreneurs. And I do them on my own. So we have something called the Business Event Center, and where you can log in and you can sign up for a class, whether it's myself or my counterparts throughout the country, that can actually help you with understanding how to run your business better. So we have anything from starting your business to cash flow management, how to build business credit. We even have social media essentials, like how to leverage social media for your business. We're coming out with more content. We talked about cash flow management, how to own your commercial piece of real estate. So we have all those different topics, and we're still building them out so that we can provide more resources and knowledge.
I like that.
So definitely I do provide that. But something else, actually, we are in the new year, right? So we are in 2025, which I'm always really excited about, starting the new year, preparing for it, and see what different initiatives I will have. Now, this year, 2025, what I want to be able to do for my business owners and my audience is be able to bring other subject matter experts that could provide support to them as well. So what does that mean? Let's just say right now, what happened? We had the LA fires, right?
Yeah.
Wildfires, which is very unfortunate.
Of course.
Unfortunately, my heart goes out. A lot of people lost their homes, were heavily affected, lost investment property, lost income. So lots of business interruptions, right? A couple of our branches at Bank of America, people don't have a branch to go into now in that city.
Wow.
Our employees don't know, they can't go, so we have to see a way of being able to place them elsewhere. So it is a lot of changes, but also we think about business continuity. What happens to your business? What happens to your revenue? What happens to your employees? What could come in at that time? Insurance, right? I bet you a lot of these business owners didn't have insurance. It's something that hasn't happened in the past. But then also, what if you want to buy a business? What would you need? Probably a business attorney that can help you with that. So I want to be able to create different type of partner up with different business owners, so not only it'll help them be able to acquire clients, but then also spread the word on how these different lines of, or these different industries can support business owners to get them to the next level. But then also protect them, right? There's cybersecurity that's killed so many different businesses because of data breach. So now people don't want to go there because they don't trust them. So that could kill your business.
That's right.
Well, guess what? There's insurance for that, but then there's also cybersecurity that can help you. There's also AI, which is huge. We talked about the power of that earlier, how it's making GWC actually easier as well, right?
Yes.
So those are some of the things that I want to do in 2025, is just bring think a little bit different outside the box, but then also be able to help the businesses in the community to strive, to thrive, but then also get to the next level by using different available services that might be out there for them.
Do you ever find, and this is all great information, but do you ever find that with with all the knowledge that you have, I mean, when you do talk to small businesses or moms and pops businesses, that they find some of the information to be overwhelming, because that's what someone told me. They said, I walked into a branch, they told me to talk to someone in a business accounting, and I just found it that there was just so much information, and I felt very like I didn't know anything, and it's almost like, how do you simplify it for a business? Because that's so important, right?
No, absolutely. And I can see how that could be overwhelming, especially if everything is new to you. You maybe never owned a business and you're like, what is cash flow management? Or I don't even know what access to capital is. Like, what? That's a loan. But guess what? There's other things that are out there aside of just access, just loans, right? We think access to capital. There's business loans. There's, the CDFIs that we talked about earlier. There's venture capitals. So there's grants. So there's a lot of different things. But then also just breaking it down. So whenever I meet with a client, I try to see what their primary need is, focus on that, but then do follow-up appointments, whether it's depending on what they're wanting, right? Whether it's something that they are needing, they're needing right away. So maybe do it like one meeting right now, let's focus on this and get this out of the way. Next week, we're going to talk about that loan that you want. So let's go ahead and collect the financials, come back. So I think just breaking it up.
That's really nice.
But then also having a business banker and also an accountant that is also going to work with you and not just rush you out.
True.
So having that good relationship of somebody that's going to care about helping you get to the next steps.
Yeah, no, that's good, because I know a couple of people that have gotten very overwhelmed, and I could see that, because I think I would probably be one of those people myself that really wants to understand it in a very simple manner versus all this, all this stuff that you guys know what it means, but we don't know what it means. So, so simplifying the information for the small businesses is always important. Even with what we do, they don't understand a lot of the stuff. So what we had our guy do is super cool with our new memberships. We had him actually create videos for each tier explaining what it is and what it means. And so I thought about that when I was talking to him and everything, because I was trying to understand it myself. And I was like, okay, so that's what that means when we said we wanted this. And so now he's simplified everything by creating a video explaining to them what this, what each of these things means, because it's important for people, because not everybody that has a business has been highly educated, great for those that have, but for those that haven't, like I'm thinking, restaurant owners, novelty vendors, and all them, they're still a business. They're sole proprietorship. And so they're also part of the business community. And whether hopefully they all pay their taxes, and stuff, but they also need to understand that eventually, when maybe one day, their dream is to open up a business or have multiple vendor, at different events or something. Everybody has a dream. So simplifying things for them is super important to me, because I really care about the information that they receive, so.
But I love the fact that what you guys are saying, because we did talk about, this off camera earlier about what you just said too, and that would be a big help for the community, is maybe doing something periodically with you with a panel, and instead of people having to go attend, because we know right now people are big on Zoom or watching videos on YouTube. So we could actually create something here, a nice panel, and be able to bring the experts, like you said, in the different fields, and put it out there. We can still do it live where people could actually chime in and stuff, and then we have it up there for people to still go back to it and get the information. So that is something that we want to do as well with you in 2025, is really build that relationship with Bank of America. How can we get you out there even more? Love the fact that you're very knowledgeable in everything that you do, because when somebody is faking it a little bit, because they're
fake it till you make it, they say, right?
Fake it till you make it, but just the way you're passionate is about it. We could tell you're passionate about helping people, you're passionate about meeting people, and the information you just give, it's just your stuff. Your stuff.
And I'm excited about the panel, because understanding, business insurance is so important, right?
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people that probably did not have it or didn't have the right insurance, understanding what a business attorney can do for your business. I know, when somebody here, a franchise who needed a business attorney because they were being sued because of their counter was not handicap
Proof.
Not proof, but what is it called?
ADA.
ADA. And so she got sued, and we were trying to find a business attorney. They're hard to find, so finally, I know, but I didn't know you back then. But we finally did, we did our research, finally did, and she was really happy. Now she's all squared away. And, but that is so important that people understand, what all these things, how crucial they are to their business, to avoid lawsuits, to make sure that you have all the coverage that you need, and then all the other topics that we were talking about. That would be phenomenal to be able to put something together with your resources and give that education out to, to our the people that are watching and the small businesses as well.
Yeah, so we'll definitely get that started and stuff. But once again, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for the invitation last year to all those great events.
Hopefully, I get invited to more. And she invites you all the time, man. Jesus.
Oh, stop! You both need to stop it right now.
Yes, please.
No, but that's what's cool about the positions you're in and the opportunity. I mean, yes, it might be you're always giving, so it can be very tiring because you're giving of yourself, and when you're giving yourself, there has to be times where you have to rejuvenate yourself as well, so you could go back out and give more again. And so, because I've tried to get your attention once in a while, and you're like, I'll call you when I have 5 minutes in between these 2 Zoom meetings, but I got you, Jared, right? And I was like, okay, and then she calls me, and I'm like, 5 minutes, okay, so.
I get the best of her. She calls me at night, so
wow,
we get to chit-chat.
Wow.
Hey, that's what friends are for, right?
Oh, I'm gonna have to call the VP of Bank of America.
I'm right here.
Oh.
Yeah, no, but thank you so much for all the
Yes,
great
thank you
information
so
that
much.
you provide and for everything that you do, in different communities, not just here in the San Gabriel Valley, but, the LA County area and also the Inland Empire, correct?
Yes.
So,
Well, I actually have a counterpart in the Inland Empire, but yes, that is my backyard, so I do live in on the Inland Empire, so I do get involved also out there as well.
well, that's okay. We're neighbors. We're right up the street from each other. So,
Yeah, you still haven't invited her over, so we're neighbors.
Actually, yes, she has.
yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh.
She knows you're home. That's why she didn't come.
Oh.
He lives next door. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Thanks, Shane.
I'll be right there on the fence. Oh, guys, invite me over.
Well, stay tuned, everybody, because we're going to have a lot more conversations, with stakeholders in the community. And I really appreciate Valerie joining us today. And we'll see you guys on our next segment.
Yeah, no, I want to say thank you so much for your partnership. It's been great 2024. And yeah, looking to see what our partnership is going to do in 2025. So thank you so much for the invitation today.
Oh, fantastic.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.